So I got to say, is DK talking about a different play? I'm like, that's just not what happens.
From brother to brother, from teammate to former teammate, that was not blocking. The play was on the opposite side of the hash. No one was around, and you came and pushed them. Not a good play. Bad play. You hurt the dude on the play. Then we take it a step further when it comes to the taunting penalty, right? At this point, all athletes are faced with this decision, Salk. You either choose to do right or you choose to do whatever you want to do, right? And when I look at the decision that's made, it's a decision that was a selfish decision. It's a decision that cannot be done. It's a decision that costs your team yardage, right? Let's take it a step further. He will continue to do it unless it gets addressed. Unless it gets addressed in front of the team, one-on-one, cut this out, man. Make this your very last time doing this.
So which thing bothers you as a teammate and player more? The initial act of sort of the dirty hit or the response that gets a 15-yard penalty?
Both of them. But what bothers me the most out of this whole situation is you've seen it too many times. And it will not get fixed unless it's addressed properly. Cut this out. It got to come from the coach, the position coach, and really got to come from your teammates. Like, hey, bro, I love you. You playing hard. But, dog, this is not football.
You got 43% of his teammates are in their first or second year in the league. Who on the team has the time time on task, as he likes to say, to be able to tell that to him?
It's only three people. It's Quandre, it's Bobby, and it's Gino. Them the only three people I can think of. It's not Tyler. I love Tyler, but it's not Tyler. It's them three dudes. Hey, man, you got to stop it. It's game one. We got 16 more games. This cannot happen again. And so I've seen it I've been a part of where we all remember the Richard Sherman moment when Richard Sherman just blew up on the side, just lost his mind. You know who was in his face telling him to calm down? Bobby Wagner, Cam Chancellor. Like, hey, bro, we need you right now. You cannot do this again.
Did it work?
That day it did. No,
It didn't work in the moment.
Yeah, no, but it worked, going forward.
Right.
And he was never a guy to cost you penalties. He never a guy to, draw unsportsmanlike conducts. And so, no, that's not cool. That's not football. And so he's a hell of a player. I love DK. He brings so much to the table. But he has a side to him like, bro, we cannot have this. We're losing right now. Who's driving the ball? Who's driving the ball? And here we go, 15 yards penalty. Let's hit the reset button.
It just felt so dirty and cheap, man. It felt like a sucker punch, right? And you saw Sean McVay in that sideline react to it, but it just felt like, dude, really? You're that big and that strong and that powerful, and you're going to come sneak around me and knock me out from my blind side, and then to come out to the press and talk all delusional? Like, oh, no, I was just blocking him too hard. No, you sucker punched him.
Yeah.
Like, that to me just bothers me as much as anything. I'm frustrated with the penalty, too, and it's stupid, and you're right. That's correctable. But come on, man. Have some accountability when you just took a dirty, cheap shot on somebody and absolutely lost your cool.
Yeah, and the dude was laying there. He was hurt. And
former teammite, by the way, Bill Witherspoon.
And,
right?
And doubling down on it. When the Rams get to talking smack, I would have been mad, too, if I was like, what the, blah, 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 blah. Like, what you doing? Then you get the penalty. You can't have that. You can't have that. You want to set the tone that I'm a new dude. It's not happening again this year. So that was hard to see.
What did you think of the end of the game? Brock and I both talked about it. They had those shots. We had some callers even mention it on Monday. There was Tyler had the oxygen mask on.
A lot.
Gino had his head in his hands and looked shell-shocked. I don't know what Jackson Smith and Jigba was doing. He was like sitting up on top of a bench and like looked like he was staring off into space. Is that just them being unfairly caught in a moment? Or was there something going on where that sideline just looked shell-shocked all at once at the end of that game?
Well, let's put it together. Let's put the pieces together. Let's put the puzzles together. You take the sideline, you take that copy, and then we see what they did on the football field. Or do they go hand in hand? Is it the same you were on the sideline and you were on the football field? Number 3, Russell Wilson. Did you ever catch Russell like that?
Never.
This dude was walking up and down the sideline, hand clapping, high-fiving. Hey, come on. Next play. Let's believe. Hey, we can do it. Let's go, guys. That stuff went a long, long way. It went so far. A guy walking up and down the sideline saying, hey, guys, we're only down 10 points. Get your head out your ass and let's go. Who's that dude? Who's going to be the one to say it?
Yeah, what it looked like was much more like the old Cam Newton shots of him with the towel over his head. Again, I'm not there on the sideline, so I don't know whether the body language is indicative. We only get to see the sideline for a split second where the camera chooses to do it. But I did think about Russ and that neutral mentality and his ability to, as you said, stay positive.
And we talk about leadership. We're talking about on the field, but we really talking about off the field, like on the sidelines. Like everything matters. You're so connected. All 11 guys are connected. Offense, defense, special teams, everyone's connected. If you want to take this team, you got to have the voices to get right. Hey, get right. Oh, I saw you draw that turning penalty. I'm going to communicate with you. I'm going to have great leadership with you so you don't do that again. From coach to coach, player to player. That's what it takes. That's what it has to be. Someone has to be that dude.
Yeah. I always think, Brock, about that game. We talked about it a ton. Remember the Arizona game? I think it's the 6-3 or whatever it was, the tie in Arizona where you guys had the game won. And who was it? Who was the kicker? That was it Hauschka?
Yep.
Just missed like a chip shot field goal. And there's a shot on the sideline of Russ. He doesn't his face doesn't even fall for a moment. Everyone around him just like, oh, like you can just see. And Russ is just like, okay, well, now we're on to the next. Like, obviously the defense is going to stop him and we'll have another chance. It's pretty, we've given Russ a lot of grief here over the last year or two, and I think for some good reasons. But that is one of the things that I will always respect about Russ and something I think he did very, very well.